Yes, hello and welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I am of course Mr. Francy, and I'm truly honoured that you've once again chosen to join me today as we look into my December TBR. Now, just a little housekeeping before we do go any further. To all of my regulars out there, I did take a sabbatical during the month of November. I just really needed it. Goodness, my headband. I just really needed some time to just step back and focus on a few other things. And to be honest, I am really thankful that I did. Not only did it allow me that opportunity to just step away and focus on what I need to focus on, but it's also gotten me to the point now where I can, look at booktube and this channel with fresh eyes, and I feel a lot more energized and ready to give you all so much more of my time and my videos and things like that. So it's great to be back here, and if you missed me while I was away, I do have a Discord server. Link to that is in the first pinned comment below, as well as in the description. It's completely free to join and really easy to use, so come on over and join us if you would like to. I am there pretty much every single day, and I would love to have your company. And so to everyone over on the Discord, thank you so much for your wonderful company over the past month, despite my not being here doing videos. It has been a lot of fun to still be interacting with you all over there. If you are new to the channel, hello and welcome. This is a sparkling channel. We like to be positive, happy, upbeat, and spread sparkling energy all throughout the world. You will receive your pouch of glitter very, very soon. But let's dive right in, because I have a lot of books to discuss with you all for the month of December. So grab yourself something nice to eat, something warm to drink, and let's get to it. So, believe it or not, I am actually quite organized, and I had my December TBR planned for quite a while, and then I tweaked it during the month of October, and then towards the end of November I actually tweaked it again, because December is the last month of the year, and I do want to focus on completing some things that I want to get done before we move in officially to 2026. With that in mind, and because I have an overly stocked TBR, I do know that I need to prioritize with some books, and that some books I won't get to. Whatever books I don't get to will be moved over to 2026. Now, for those of you who are new here, I have what I call a cozy mystery bingo board. This is literally a bingo board which, with each square filled by a letter of the English-speaking alphabet. In order to cross off a lettered prompt, I need to read the first book or first two books, depending on what's available at the moment, in a cozy mystery series. So my first goal for the month of December is to close out my A to Z cozy mystery bingo board. I just honestly don't want to be bringing it with me into 2026. I feel like I can fulfill it in 2025 and then leave it in 2025. I'm not saying I regret doing it. It really gave me a great opportunity to experience all these different series, sampling them, seeing if I do want to consider moving forward with them in the new year. But I just really don't want to be carrying that bingo board over into 2026. So with that in mind, the first book that I plan to read in the month of December is this book, Moose and Murder by Elizabeth Logan. This is book number 1 in the An Alaskan Diner cozy mystery series, and I'm just looking at my bingo board right over there, so just a moment. This is my letter T prompt on that cozy mystery A to Z bingo board. So I'll be reading this book 1 as the first book that I read in the month of December. I have Fishing for Trouble, which is book 2 on the way. It's not here yet, but I will also read that book, and that will help me to cross off my letter T prompt. The next book that I plan to read is going to help me cross off my letter U prompt by reading book number 2 in the An Italian Chef cozy mystery series by Catherine Bruns. It can only be murder. I have book number 1. Oh golly, you can't see it. Right there. Pen A Dreadful, and I absolutely loved it. Someone on the Discord recommended this series to me, and I don't want to say the wrong name in case I do, but you know who you are, and I really thank you for it. The first book reminded me of a cross between a cozy Italian restaurant and, to be quite honest, The Real Housewives of New Jersey, which is a show that I absolutely love. So if you can imagine The Real Housewives of New Jersey being in a cozy mystery, yeah, that's what I felt like I had with book number 1, and I am looking forward to moving on with book number 2. I love pasta, I love Italian cooking, despite not being Italian myself, so book number 1 really worked well for me, and I'm looking forward to getting on to book number 2. The next book I'm going to read in the month of December is going to help me to cross off my The prompt, and that is by reading book number 2 in the Vera Wong Cozy Mystery series by Jesse Sutanto. Book number 2 is called Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. This series is so much fun, at least book number 1 really was. We're following an octogenarian Asian woman who runs a tea shop, and Vera Wong is just the type of elderly Asian woman who doesn't mind sticking her nose into other people's business, and she loves her, like, crime drama shows, and so when a murder occurs in her store in book number 1, she decides she's going to solve the mystery, and it's just everything you could want from an elderly character, and yeah, the coziness behind it as well. I had so much fun reading book number 1, and I cannot wait to get on to book number 2. The next book I'm going to read is going to help me cross off my why prompt, and I know that not everyone's a fan of this series for that reason or this reason, but for me, I really enjoyed book number 1, and I don't want to sacrifice my reading based on other people's opinions. So with that in mind, the next book I am going to be reading is book number 2 in the Mahalia Watkins Soul Food Mystery Series, Cozy Mystery Series by A.L. Herbert, Murder with Macaroni and Cheese. I had a lot of fun reading book number 1, and then I found out some things that were going on behind the scenes to do with book number 1, which honestly, I'm very good at separating literature from whatever else is happening, whatever the outside noise of that literature is. And I really, really loved book number 1. So I'm going to keep going because, well, frankly, it's my reading, and it's not like anyone's going to be, walking into my reading space demanding, Mr. Francy, you cannot read that. So why give up reading something I'm enjoying? So yeah, I'm going to read this book and close off the why prompt. And if I enjoyed this one as much as book 2, I probably will continue on with the series in 2026. But yeah, really, really fun. We follow, I'm trying to remember now. I know it's a family dynamic. I don't remember if it's like mother and daughter or cousin and sister or something. I don't know. But anyway, 2 female family members, they work in this soul food, like, diner place. And it's just really a whole lot of fun. I loved book 1 so much and can't wait to get on to book number 2. And then to close out my A to Z, and yeah, I'm Australian, so I don't say Z, by the way. I say Z, but you can say Z. To close out my A to Z Cozy Mystery Bingo board for the prompt Z, I will be reading 2 more books, and they are the first 2 books in the Christian Cozy Mystery series, A Baker's Dozen Cozy Mystery by Donna Doyle. Book number 1 is called Dying for Cupcakes, and book number 2 is called Rolling Out a Mystery. These are really short reads, and Audible has an amazing deal right now where for the purchase cost of 1 audiobook, you basically have the whole series. So that is kind of what intrigued me, but I do like the covers and I love my culinary cozies, so I am looking forward to reading these 2. When I finish these 2 books, I will have fully completed my A to Z Cozy Mystery Bingo board, so that will be done. So now we move into my second section of my December TBR. Once the A to Z bingo board is done, I want to focus on closing out some series and focus on my SAS list. So for those of you who aren't aware, the wonderful Elizabeth from booktube channel Lizzie Faye Loves Books came up with a brilliant idea to my mind where you write out a list of series that you wish to start, continue on with, or finish by the end of the year. Usually I end up pressuring myself to complete whatever I have begun on my SAS list, but I don't think that is going to happen this year in 2025. So therefore I am starting series at the moment. I'm also getting closer to finishing series at the moment, and whatever I start, I'll continue on with in 2026, and whatever I finish, I can leave behind in 2025. To that end, a series that is definitely going to be on my SAS list in 2026 is the Necessary Evils series by Only James. This is I believe it's adult, but it could be YA, so just check your local Goodreads or whatever to find out what age range. But anyway, it's a male dark romance series by Only James. I read book number 1 in November, and I absolutely loved it. Book number 2 is called Psycho. So yeah, I literally judged a book by its cover. I picked up book number 1, and if you've seen my November TBR, you'll remember me saying this. I picked up book number 1. Forgive me. I'm human. There was a topless hot guy on the cover, and I went, I'm going to read that book. And I knew nothing about it going in. And I absolutely enjoyed it. It seems in this series we follow a bunch of boys that have been adopted by a man. All of these boys have a narcissistic quality about them and have some psychological issues within them. This man sees the benefit of those conditions and wants to have these boys rid the world of evil doing, which is why the series is called Necessary Evil. They use the inner, potentially overinflated confidence that they have within them to set the world right, I guess, if you will. So in book number 1, we follow one of those boys who ends up having a chance encounter one night, clandestine, I guess, if you will, with another boy whose father that he ended up having to kill because his father was not a very nice man at all. And the adopted boy has to explain to the victim boy why this had to happen. The two of them ended up falling in love, and the victim boy ends up getting brought into the group. And while it is a dark romance, I just really enjoyed my time with the book. I thought it was really, really good. For a dark romance, I thought it could have gone a bit darker, to be honest, than it did, but I enjoyed my time. So in each book, we follow a different brother that has been adopted, and I'm looking forward to getting on to Psycho. The next book I plan to read is going to help me to get closer to completing a series that I started this year, and that is book number 13 in the Magical Cats Cozy Mystery series by Sophie Kelly, Hooked on a Feline. Now, honestly, I did actually plan to get to this book in the month of November, but I did run out of time. So I'm going to try and complete this series in 2025, so you'll be seeing a lot more Magical Cats books as we go along with my November TBR. One of the reasons for this is because I want to read another one of Sophie Kelly's Cozy Mystery series that she wrote under a pen name called the Second Chance Cozy Mystery series in 2026. So I'd like to close out this one. I'm really enjoying this series so far. While Owen and Hercules, the two main cats on the cover, as you can see here, don't speak, they do always motivate, I say that word kindly, motivate their human, whose name I have forgotten momentarily, Kathleen Paulson, motivate their human Kathleen Paulson to solve all of the mysteries that do come up, and I always have a great time with it. The way that book number 12 ended, I'm really looking forward to getting on to book 13, because I feel like we're starting a new arc in the series, so yeah, looking forward to getting onto this one as well. The next book that I plan to read is going to help me to continue on with a horror series that I'm currently reading, which is book number 3 in the A Glimpse into Hell series by Wade H. Garrett. I'm going to show this book really quickly on the screen because the book is actually rather horrific, and the goal of this channel is to sparkle and not to freak everyone out. So yeah, I'll just quickly explain first of all. This is a very disturbing series. There's even a content warning on every cover of each of the books in this series that does state contents may be disturbing to sensitive readers. The reason for this is because we follow a man who considers himself to be some sort of angel of justice, if you will. He has decided to dedicate his life to dishing out, it's tough to say, but dishing out, not tough to say, tough to word, dishing out justice to criminals who he feels aren't receiving justifiable sentences when they go to court. So, yeah. All I'll say is, if you like the Saw movie series, you will love this series. If you don't like that series, stay away from them. I'll quickly show you the book and then we will move on. So book number 3 in that series is called Splatter Punk. Alright, we'll move on. The next book I plan to read is book number 14 in the Magical Cats Cozy Mystery series, and that is this book, Whiskers and Lies. As I said earlier, I'm trying to really get through this series as quickly as possible so that I can start Second Chance Cat series in 2026. Again, really looking forward to it. Love following Owen and Hercules. After reading the first book in the Necessary Evil series by Olney James, I started realizing that I do like my dark romances, dark paranormals, dark fantasy books, and I wanted to explore more of the male side of dark romances. With that in mind, the next book that I plan to read is also a male dark romance. It is book number 1 in the Chosen One series by Macy Blake, and it is called All or Nothing. I did read the premise when I initially decided I was going to get this book, but I don't remember what it is right now, which is good for me because I like going into books blind, but I do remember that it was rather intriguing, and I'm looking forward to getting into this one. The next book that I plan to read is actually going to help me to either get up to date with a series or to complete a series, because this is the latest book in that series and it came out this year. So I don't know if this is the end or if we keep moving forward, but I've had an absolute blast with this Cozy Mystery series. It is book number 10 in the Salem B&B Cozy Mystery series by Tracy Wilton, and it is called Mrs. Morris and the Day of the Dead. So in this series we follow Mrs. Morris, a widow who has purchased a mansion in Salem in Massachusetts and runs it as a B&B alongside her chef Minnie and an adopted child from an orphanage, as well as a ghost who is bound to the mansion, Jack. Mrs. Morris ends up having amazing adventures in every book, and I'm having an absolute blast with the series. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting on to book number 10, and I really do hope that Tracy Wilson is going to release more books in this series as time goes on. Yeah, so 2 male dark romance books weren't enough for me, so how about another one? This is book number 1 in the... I don't even know what this series is called, quite frankly, so I'm going to find out. Okay, it's book number 1 in the Our King, Our Master male dark romance, to think there, series. Gotta love my headband. It just keeps trying to fly off for some reason, but that's okay. And this is by, oh gosh, wish me the best of luck in saying this name. How long did it take me to say the author's name for Ace of Spades? Brea Alepau? Brea Alepau or Brie Alepau? Well, I'll find out soon enough. Yeah, I mean, I gotta enjoy what I read, and I usually do, but what a great way to mix it up than to read books with hunky guys on the cover and male dark romances. And I also like my royally themed fiction books, so that will tie in with this as well. I'm very excited. The next book that I plan to read is then book number 15 in the Magical Cats Cozy Mystery series by Sophie Kelly, Pause to Remember. And this looks very Christmassy. I don't know if it is, but it just looks very Christmassy. And I think I'll be reading it around Christmas time. So I am very excited about that. Once I finish this one, I'll only have one more book left to go to be completely up to date with this series. The next book I plan to read is going to help me to, again, either get up to date or to complete another cozy mystery series. And that is book number 12. I did just check it out. Yes, I should stop second guessing myself. It is book number 12 in the A Country Store Cozy Mystery series by Maddie Day, Deep Fried Death. So, I have had an up and down relationship with this series, to be honest, but including this one, I'm only 2 books away from being up to date or to finishing it out, depending on how many more Maddie Day is going to release. I love the cozy side of this series. I'm just not really a fan of the mysteries a lot of the time. So we follow Robbie Jordan, who, after the first couple of books, ends up running a part diner, part country store, part B&B in Southlake in Indiana. And I love that. I love Robbie in my head canon only. Robbie is an, like an octogenarian. She's not, but she feels like that to me. So I love that. And yeah, I love her. I love her adorable, animal that she has, which I believe is a cat, but why am I? Oh, no, I am right. Again, I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. She has a cat named Birdie, and I thought that Birdie was in the Salem B&B, but that's Silver. She has a cat named Birdie. I love Birdie as well. I love anything that's like B&B or anything like that, where we have a revolving door of characters that come in, in and out of each book. And I love my culinary cozies as well. So all of the cozy side does work really well for me. And oh my goodness, I love the Southlake, Indiana isms that come with the Southlake culture as well. So much fun. Just the mysteries sometimes don't work for me, but I'm only 2 books away, and I am still going into this one, excited to see how it's going to go for me. After that, I will get to the latest book in the Magical Cats Cozy Mystery series by Sophie Kelly, Forever After. Once I finish this book, I will be completely up to date. I don't know if there will be more that will come out in the series or not, but at least the series will be up to date for me, and I can start the Second Chance Cat Cozy Mystery series in 2026. But I have absolutely loved this series, and that's why I want to keep reading more of Sophie Kelly's works. Although I believe with Second Chance Cat, her name is Sophie Ryan, but still, it's the same author. So, yeah. Double-edged sword. I'm looking forward to finishing off or getting up to date with the series, but also at the same time, I'm probably gonna miss not having more Magical Cat to get to. So the next book that I'm going to read will help me to complete the other cozy mystery series I'm trying to complete, which is the Country Store mystery series we spoke about by Maddie Day. Its latest book is Scone Cold Dead. So once I have finished this one, I will have not only completed Magical Cats, having started that series this year, but I will also be up to date with this series, which I started book number 2 of this year. I started book number 1, I believe it's called Flip for Murder. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I started that very late last year, but read all the rest this year. Following that, I plan to continue on with another cozy mystery series that I absolutely love, but I love it so much that I'm okay with reading the remainder of the series in 2026. If you all have followed me, you'll know how much I love this cozy series. It is the An S.C. Cobb Senior Sleuth Cozy Mystery Series. Book number 6 is called Zoomed, and it is by Patricia Rockwell. If you love your senior sleuths, you need to read this series. If you love the TV show Golden Girls, you need to read this series. Imagine with Golden Girls, it's 10 years after the series wrapped up. They've all gone into a nursing home, and we follow the Blanche character's perspective while she is there with a Rose character, a Dorothy character, and a Sophia character. They are not called those names, and I don't know. For the sake of drama, let's say something big happened before they got there, so they had to change their names. But honestly, it reads to me like Golden Girls in a nursing home, and what could be more cozy than that? I love this series. So yeah, plan to get to Zoomed and then continue on with the remainder of S.C. Cobb's series in 2026. Now, I think that I will be very happy if I get through all of those books, but I do want to address some books that were initially on my December 2025 TBR that if I don't have time to get to these next ones, I want to let you know that I will read them in January. I just, need to prioritize with the other ones and then get to these ones. So if I have time, I'll get to this next book. If not, the first book I will read in January of 2026 will be A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is, I believe, the final or most recent book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses Akota series. I began this series a couple of months ago and absolutely fell head over heels in love with it. I want to thank my dear friend Ducky, aka Tigger, for getting me onto it. This is a really big book. It's a really big commitment. And while I do want to close out or at least get up to date with the series, I need to prioritize with my cozies so I can get them done. So we'll see if I have time for this one, but if not, I'll definitely get to it in January. That's for sure. Then we have Warrior Fae by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This is book number 5 of 5 in the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac series. And this is the last book in that series. I do want to complete this series because there are so many more series that Peckham and Valenti have written outside of this and their much more well-known Zodiac Academy series that I want to get to in 2026. But there's really nothing stopping me from just reading this in January and then moving on to the next series. So that's why I'm able to just kind of hold this one back for a little bit. And as we discussed a moment ago with Zoomed, the next book in the SC Senior Sleuth Cozy Mystery series is Trained, and then the one after this is Quiet. So I do plan on getting to them. I'll just get to them in January of 2026. And now for everyone's favorite game that we like to call... Oh my goodness, Mr. Francy just reads way too many books. Otherwise entitled Up, 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 Up. These are all the books that I plan to get to in the month of December 2025. We'll put them down delicately and not breathe, because if they fall over, Mr. Francy will have a coronary. What books do you plan to read in the month of December 2025? Let me know in the comments section below. Yeah, look, I know that there's a lot of, what do you call them? Reading activities and join-alongs and things like that. I can't think of the word right now, but you know what I mean, going on in December. And for me, I need to prioritize with closing out what I need to close out in December. So it's more independent reading for me. But if you want to buddy read any of these books that I have on my TBR, just let me know. Come on over to Discord. Send me a message. I'll be more than happy to buddy read with you. Now, over on the Discord, my dear friend Pat has been absolutely amazing. For the last couple of years, I have hosted a kind of like an advent calendar watch-along of Christmas movies, one movie every single day in the lead up to Christmas for the month of December. And this year, Pat has taken this challenge on in stride over on my Discord. So if you want to feel the holiday spirit, come along over to our Discord. Again, it is free and the link is right down there. First pin comment and in the description. And the Discord is incredibly easy to use. We'd love to have your company to bring in the holiday cheer. Once again, I would like to apologize for my sabbatical, but say that I'm really, really, really happy to be back here for the month of December. There's a whole lot of content that I plan to put out in the month of December, so we will see how we go, but I am really, really, really happy to be here and start the holiday season and to start wrapping up my year of reading. It has been a really amazing year. So how has your year of reading gone? Let me know that in the comment section below as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please, as always, do be kind. Love one another. And spread your sparkling energy, say it with me regulars, all throughout the world. Yeah! I can still say it and I miss saying that. And until next time,